Kidnapped by a teen during his driving test. I've been a driver's license tester for 15 years. I've seen it all. Kids stalling out in the parking lot, forgetting which pedal is the brake, even one who threw up in a Wendy's cup before we pulled out of the lot. But nothing, and I mean nothing, comes close to Jake. It was a regular Tuesday morning. Jake walked into the DMV wearing a torn Iron Man t-shirt and jeans that looked like they'd been attacked by a weed whacker. His mom dropped him off in an old Honda that sounded like it ran on broken dreams and rusty spoons. The muffler was so bad I could hear them coming before I saw them. Jake looked off, not in a sketchy way, more like emotionally TKO'd. Hollow eyes, slumped posture, kind of like my nephew after his parents split, but polite. Yes sir, no sir, all that stuff. He wasn't a brat, just tired. We did the usual paperwork, checked his permit, and walked out to the test car. He did all the right moves at first. Adjusted the mirrors, seat, checked his turn signals, seatbelt. Kid was textbook. He parallel parked smoother than most Uber drivers. Nailed the three-point turn like he was born in reverse. I was starting to relax. Thought, nice, easy pass for once. Then we got to the highway portion. I told him to take the on-ramp to Route 9 North. Easy. I've given that direction hundreds of times. Jake nodded and took the southbound ramp. Jake, we need to go north, I said. No answer. He just kept driving, hands clenched so tight on the wheel I thought he was trying to wring water out of it. I repeated myself. Nothing. We passed one exit, then another. Now I'm sweating because I'm pretty sure I've just been accidentally kidnapped in a state vehicle. Son, you need to pull over, I said, trying to sound more firm than panicked. That's when he finally spoke. I can't go back there. His voice cracked. It was like he was trying not to break. Then he said his stepdad came home drunk the night before and threw a beer bottle at him. Called him worthless. Said if he ever amounted to anything, it would be a miracle. Said his mom was working her second shift and didn't know he was gone. Probably wouldn't care if she did. And just like that, we weren't in a driving test anymore. We were in a therapy session on wheels. Jake told me he'd been planning this for weeks. Saved up $200 from working at a gas station. Said his cousin in Florida said he could crash on his couch. That this test was his ride out, literally. I wanted to follow protocol. I really did. I should have called it in, but I just didn't. Something about the way he said, I can't go back, hit different. I remembered being 17, angry at the world, desperate for anywhere that wasn't home. We kept driving, past the leaving Rockford County sign, past the point of professional boundaries. I kept thinking, do I call the cops? CPS? His mom? What if I send him back and it's worse next time? So I played a card. Pull over at that rest stop up ahead, I said. He hesitated, but finally nodded. We parked. He sat in the car, slumped, looked defeated. I stepped out and called my friend Maria. She works for child services. Told her the whole story while keeping one eye on Jake like he might bolt. Maria said she'd meet us in 30 minutes. When she arrived, she didn't come in hot with cops or forms or drama. She brought hot chocolate in a thermos and sat with Jake at a picnic table like they were just two humans. She listened, not like a caseworker, like a person. 2 hours later, Jake was placed in emergency foster care. Good folks. Had experience with kids in rough spots. He didn't pass the test that day, obviously. But when I watched him leave with Maria, it felt like a win anyway. 6 months later, he came back. New clothes, clean hair, still quiet, but the hollow look was gone. He'd put on some weight, looked less like a ghost, more like a teenager. His foster mom waited in the lobby, smiling like he just won an Oscar. I took him out for his second test. Told him to go north on Route 9. This time, he went north. Perfect test. Passed with flying colors. Before he left, he stopped by my desk, said, Mr. Peterson, thanks for not calling the cops, for listening. I shook his hand and told him I was proud of him. Later, I heard he graduated high school with honors and got a scholarship to community college. Still the wildest driving test I've ever given.